You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
I'm Jody Watley. This is my newest release, Everlasting, mixed by Alex Dicho.
was a girl, I believed in fairy tales and fantasy. As I got older, I realized nothing is ever easy. I found that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You gotta stay up, just keep moving on. Everlasting. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You gotta stay up, just keep moving on. Everlasting. You gotta stay true to what you feel within. It's all that matters in the end. Everlasting. Heartbreak. You'll have some setbacks too, but don't let the worst of life get the best of you. Come on now. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You gotta stay up, just keep moving on. Stay everlasting. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You gotta stay up, just keep moving on. Stay everlasting. You gotta stay true to what you feel within. It's all that matters in the end. Everlasting. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You gotta stay up, just keep moving. Gotta stay up. Everlasting. Stay true. Stay true to what you feel within. Always believe in you. Everlasting.
it when you love someone. Especially if you're broken and you need some love. Yeah.
Should you just walk away and live to love another day? Or should you try to hold on and build your love until it's strong? 'Cause you feel like you're at home.
If you decide that you're gonna stay you decide just to walk away, I'm gonna love on you anyway. It's alright. And if you decide that the pain is strong and it's too hard to keep holding on, my love is gonna be to the bone. It's alright, yeah. How can you suppress it when you need someone? Especially if that person is a special one. If you know she's a special one,
and your heart wants to stay, 'cause love, it don't just walk away. But it's so hard, so say less. 'Cause love is always just a test. I'm gonna do what I think is best.
if you decide that you're gonna stay, if you decide just to walk away, I'm gonna love on you anyway. It's alright. And if you decide that the pain is strong and it's too hard to keep holding on, my love is gonna be to the bone. It's alright. If you decide that you're gonna stay, if you decide just to walk away, 'cause I'm gonna love on you anyway. It's alright. If you decide that the pain is strong and it's too hard to keep holding on, my love is gonna be to the bone. It's alright, yeah.
I've been out on more than one occasion, but baby, I've been saving up my love for you. Drop a check in, Father, and I'm waiting. Been working hard and patient from 9 to 5 to weekend, and I know who to spend it on. There's only you to excel. I got some PTO, so check into Hilton and let's go. Don't wanna be moonlighting. We're full-time lover hiring, but I'ma be right here. Don't wanna be moonlighting. Got no part-time lover hiring, but I'ma be right here. People want a piece of what we have. Like the saying goes, the grass ain't greener on that side. No matter what they're saying, even what we do. Baby, I'm too wrapped up in you. Been working hard and patient from 9 to 5 to weekend, and I know who to spend it on. There's only you to excel. I got some PTO, so something I can't ignore. No. Everywhere I turn, it seems to hang on. Ooh, and everything I do, it seems to hang on. No, there's no mistaking that I can't shake me loving you. No. The kind of love that you try to walk out the door, but you just can't seem to get out. Just keeps pulling me in. I can't go nowhere. Can't stay the same. So deep I ain't felt it before. Oh yeah, we gotta love so deep.
What you tried to do, leave the principles that you lived and died for, and begin to live them too. Live like it's tomorrow, today. Tomorrow, today. Live like it's tomorrow. Nobody said that you will see the end of the day. Could be over at any moment. So live your dreams right away. Love and forgive. Be ever grateful. Don't forget to pray. This may be your last chance to say I love you. You forgive my fault. You consider huge and enormous can seem
Hindsight. Good versus bad. When I look back, the deck was stacked with how I should have lived, who I should have loved. Got me looking in a mirror as I drive. Eyes on the road, I seem to strive for things from ghosts of past. Let me press the gas. Hindsight.
All right, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Indie Live Spot. I hope you all are having a great weekend so far and things are going well for you. And I'm very excited today because we have a return guest from a while back, my good friend, Ginetta. Vendetta's in the house. What's up?
Welcome.
Yes, welcome, Miss Ginetta.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean.
Wow.
CTK.
So
Gary.
yes, so good to have you back and to see that you're doing so well, looking good as always. So
Thank you.
yeah, how you been?
Sounding good.
Thank you. Thank you. That's important as well, CTK. Sounding good as well, man. You know, and as a jazz artist or an ambassador, it's a beautiful thing because in jazz, it doesn't suffer from, you got to be young. So the beautiful thing is you can keep getting just better and better and better. It's not really Hollywood, as it were.
That's
There you
But I
go.
like to maintain that Hollywood thing, sort of like Miles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes.
Well, maintain. Keep on maintaining.
Well, Vaughn Coulter, he's kind of down today. He has some sinuses happening this week. He's been kind of dealing with that. So just to let everybody know, he will be back with us next week. But he told me to tell everybody hello. And
Hello, Vaughn, if you're watching.
yeah.
Hi, Vaughn. Hope
better,
you
my
feel
friend.
better.
Better.
Yes. And yeah, so Ginetta, gosh, it's such great to see you again and everything. I know you've been very, very active with your shows,
Yeah.
With everything. Your music is just, I do have access to the latest that you have. I know you're working on some new stuff as well that you can tell us about here and everything. But yeah, just kind of tell us what's been going on with you. I know you, wow.
Well, I live in New York City, but I also have a partner in Florida, so I go back and forth, which is really the best of both worlds, I'll tell you, man. It's beautiful in both cities. But I am working on a brand new record called Fun Size because I do play the pocket trumpet. And so I often like to kind of just incorporate some cool reference to the size of the horn. I remember having a record called Little Big Horn.
Yes.
And now this is Fun Size. And I have a couple of originals on there. I am also was contracted to do someone else's original. So the person has contracted me to do that. That was a tough assignment. It hasn't come out yet, but it was to take a Christmas tune that was really kind of Broadway, really not my genre at all, and get it up on its feet, as it were. So that took a lot of weeks of arranging a tune that isn't your own it's a very different process, so then I have two of my originals, then I'm also doing someone else's original, and then a couple of classics like Little Sunflower by Freddie Hubbard, There Will Never
One
Be
of my
Another.
favorites, yeah.
Isn't that a gorgeous tune? A couple of classic There Will Never Be Another You, It Could Happen to You. Also, maybe I might redo All Blues. I remember doing it years ago in 4/4, but I think I might do the classic Miles version. I'm also going to do that classic by Antonio Carlos Jobim. It's called, it's by Luis Bonfa, Black Orpheus. I got a smoking arrangement on that. But I'll tell you, it's very nerve-wracking because my guys, the caliber of musicians I use, they aren't really prone to rehearsing, So I got to have all my ducks in a row, man. My girlfriend down here is like, I don't know how you do it. You're doing all these gigs, you're booking other people, and you're getting a record, which means charts, arrangements, rehearsal dates. So it's a little, quite a bit. Yeah. Almost had a nervous breakdown on the way to the park. But see, that's why I run, because it kind of zens me out. And when you're running, as a matter of fact, that's when I got the great idea to put this Christmas tune, which was in a waltz in 4/4, because I was running and I was singing it, and I thought, this is swinging. So I guess that helps, doing some physical activity and almost a meditative kind of physical activity.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been pretty busy. Give thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you for asking.
Awesome. Very awesome. Yeah, and you got now I remember when COVID started and everything, and everybody started doing their their own shows and podcasts, and that's when I actually kind of fell back and saw you again, because I was like, oh man, there's Ginetta, and I was just checking you out, but tell us a little bit about how that transition was for you, because it was transition for a lot of folks.
It was
Everybody.
brutal. So I had to get my dad and my sister from Mexico because I went down to Mexico. I had a series of shows down there in March. And my partner's like, don't do it, G. Please do not do it, man. I said, come on, dude. I'm not turning down shows. I got a whole week lined up with my band from Guadalajara. So I flew down to Mexico. Don't you know? They said they are closing the borders that Friday. That Friday. So it was like escape from Chapala, man. And my dad was elderly. So, and all my gigs got canceled. So we got home safe and sound. It was the weirdest thing. Not a soul in the airport.
Wow.
It was really like a twilight zone, man. So we got home safe and sound, but then I had to say goodbye to Pop because he lived upstate, and then I was sequestered in my apartment really for the next 6 months. In New York City, you didn't leave your apartment because they freaked us out so bad, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The germs, the stairs, the this, the air, the that. It was just so. On March, when I got home on the 21st, the 22nd is when I started my live, Cool Jazz Live from New York City. And it was a live stream show that kept me sane, as well as hundreds of other jazz artists, because basically we were prisoners in our apartment.
Basically, yep.
Prisoners.
And I cut
Really,
a few of those.
really,
They were
man.
very entertaining.
And so I did this show every single day, which turned into a podcast like you guys have, but also it turned into a historian giving jazz history as well as a show, but it gave me a reason to get up, put on my face, do my hair, get my outfits together. And also it created a community around the world. Hundreds of people would say, Ginetta, you really kind of kept me sane as well. So it was Cool Jazz Live from New York. That was really for 52 weeks. I kept that up. It was
Is that when you kind of started teaching too, Ginetta? I saw some of your YouTube
my
channels.
seminars. Yeah, it turns into like a back and forth, a teaching, a seminar, so part seminar, part history lesson, because every day I would get up and research. I had like I would do jazz families. I would do, this is trumpet week, this is saxophone week, this is jazz vocalist. And so it gave me, and now I am a veritable historian because of all the stuff that I learned during that. People try to stump me, you know.
But they try more than that.
Right.
Yeah, you can try and stump me, but now I got to start taking some sort of brain food, man, because remember it.
Let me ask you, Ginetta, who was responsible for putting a trumpet in your hand?
Well, guess what? Okay,
Good
so
question.
in third grade, I don't know if y'all know this, but back in the day, we had music programs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That would keep a lot of kids off the street if they did that today. It kept me out of prison.
Get me out of jail.
Me too, right?
Kept me out of the women's house indeed. But anyway, I digress. My point is, in third grade, Mr. Cyril will come around. What do you want to play? And I said trombone. Here's the funny story. He said, your arms are too short. My arms are too short. So I picked trumpet. That's what happened. And my dad was an amazing jazz fan and had listened to jazz through each and every era. Because I was his last kid, the 9th kid. I was possibly a mistake, but he was born back in the 20s, so he listened to jazz through every single era of jazz. So he was also partially responsible for inspiring me. I picked up trumpet, and then the rest is history. I knew exactly what I was going to do.
Wow. That's so
What-
cool.
And that's very rare.
What's your
So
dad
what
think
did
about
you
your
perform?
success?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, I was
So-
going to say, what's your dad think about your success?
He was very supportive of my success. He always, I always said, Papa, we just lost him on Christmas. He was 100. God bless him.
Wow.
Yeah. But he wanted to go. He was ready. I said, Pop, are you scared? He said, no. So I said, well, have a swift and safe journey because you're going to get right in, man. You're getting right into St. Peter's Gates, and they're all going to be decorated for Christmas. So Zippo, just like he always prayed. But anyway, my dad was very proud of me. The only thing I was not happy with was I always said, Pop, you're going to be my +1 at the Grammys, but I have not gotten my Grammy yet. But now that Pop Pop's up there, you know he is up there at the right hand of God saying, okay, what is the problem here?
Yeah.
I think I got
What I was going to ask you, the follow-up to the "Who Put a Trumpet in Your Hand" question, was what was your progression as far as get going before you started playing professionally? Was it just staying at home? Who'd you listen to? When was your first gig? That's the kind of progression I wanted to follow.
The interesting thing is I lived up on the 3rd floor, and as I said, I was the youngest. All of my brothers and sisters really had moved out, you know. So I had a little old record player. I listened to a lot of Ella Fitzgerald, believe it or not. And I listened never to Miles, but, you know, I didn't listen to a lot of...
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait.
Never. I never listened to Miles when I'm a kid. No? Isn't that unbelievable? My dad would take me in the city. CTK. I know, because folks call me, sometimes they say I'm the pocket Miles. I'm sorry. Because I play pocket trumpet.
Yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable? I came to Miles late in my career, in my developmental career. I would say the first guy was Dizzy Gillespie. And then I got to meet Little Roy Eldridge in person because my dad used to take me down to 52nd Street. They thought he was some kind of jazz-loving pedophile, but he's like that. I was like 12.
Great player,
You know
Roy
what I'm
Eldridge.
saying?
Yeah.
I used to go to all the clubs on 52nd, man. The Half Note. There was the Eddie Condon's. There was a place. Roy Eldridge was playing every night. Here was an icon of really Roy Eldridge. They called him Little Jazz because he was about 5'1", but he had the chops of Maynard Ferguson. So these are the guys I listened to. Really, the iconic older cats. I got to meet Dizzy. He was my inspiration.
Nice.
John Faddis, who was Dizzy's clone.
Yeah, John Faddis. Yeah.
Then when I moved into town on my own when I'm 17, I started listening to a lot of Latin players, Bomberito, Luis Perico Ortiz, because I was playing a lot of Latin gigs. And I had to really get my chops together because I had to pay the bills.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd been fiddling and faddling. I got bounced out of 2 music schools, you know, fiddling. Oh, yeah, fiddling around. Then when I got in there, I was like, uh-oh, reality. I got to pay the rent. So I had to shed about 8 hours a day, listening to a lot of Latin guys.
Wow.
That was in the 80s, and that's when Arturo Sandoval came over from Cuba, man, and put all of the trumpet players on alert, man.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
You remember him?
Yeah,
And
he
God
did.
bless him, he's still going strong.
Now he's fantastic. He's the only guy I've ever seen who can play without a mouthpiece.
Wow.
Isn't that unbelievable?
He doesn't even need a mouthpiece.
What?
Is that unbelievable? And the range of Arturo, like Maynard Ferguson was a master lead player, but his lower range, he didn't have that big fat sound. This guy, Arturo Sandoval, magnificent down in the lower range, an amazing soloist, and those chops, they're from, it's a freak of nature because you got to be
He's
born.
a freak of nature. Yeah.
That's amazing.
You got to be born with those
Never
chops.
seen that before.
You got to listen to him. I mean, really sharp. He is truly a master. And he's about 70, 72 now. So,
Yeah, he just had a birthday last year. Sometime.
monster player.
Wow.
So that's it. So I sort of segued into Latin guys. And then later, I said, let me listen to some Miles stuff. And then I started listening to a little Miles. Late in the game, I might add.
No Freddie.
A little bit of Freddie, yeah. But later in the game, like I said, when I'm a kid, I wasn't listening to... My dad had a massive collection, and it was not a lot of Freddie Hubbard. There was Dizzy, there was Clark Terry, the older guys, you know what I'm saying? But Freddie Hubbard, man, I'm sorry I never saw him at first. And you know who else I listened to? A lot of vocalists. Big Joe Williams. I remember meeting him when I was a kid, 17, and I met him. He was going into a club right on 6th Avenue, and I said, "Geez, I've loved you all my life," and he died laughing. He said, "Well, how old are you?" All your life. Meanwhile, I remember him getting a big kick out of that.
So how old were you when you did your first professional, or your first paid?
I guess I'm about 17, yeah. Yeah, but then, like I said, I moved into Manhattan, and that's when I started hanging out at blues clubs, and got started with the Holmes brothers, who was they went on to be very famous, and we do like 8-hour gigs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Those blues
All
clubs,
night,
man.
right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Those clubs never shut down. And then I had a boyfriend back then. I would go after the gig. We'd go sit in somewhere else. My friend was like, I said, we never get, the beauty of youth. You don't get tired,
That's what horn players do. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they do.
But as you age, I find, your chops, you got to be a little more mindful of maintaining your chops, as it were.
Absolutely.
Oh yes. And we learned that from a very young age. I get it. I mean, at 16 or 17, we were hitting 3 or 4 21 and over clubs, jamming 3 songs and jetting to the next club. And then being in California, after closing hours, we would go down to the caves down by the ocean because they had such a great echo down there. But and then you would get up in the morning and you would play with your friends again, and you would gig that night. We were like 16, 17-year-olds having babies, our own apartments, and buying cars. So that's, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I mean, that's what we love. So I was blessed to follow it continuously, and it's not a path for the faint-hearted, as I tell a lot of kids when I'm giving seminars.
Yeah.
No.
Now in the wintertime, do you mostly gig in New York in the wintertime, or do you go towards more down the south, towards Florida, or towards?
Well, believe it or not, I go back to New York for about 10 days out of the month, every single month. Because I have an apartment, I got a band, we got some steady residencies there as well. So, but for most of the month, so it's pretty equal whether it's winter or summer. It doesn't really matter. I will say I probably spend a little more time in New York in the summer because it's a little more happening. A lot of outdoor stuff. This summer, I'm praying that I finally get over to Italy to do some touring and playing. There's like a lot of musicians over there, and it's a real swinging. I really want to get out of the country for a minute again.
Yeah, I bet that first time, I don't know if it was your first time, but the last time that you went, I'm sure that was real enjoyable.
What was that? Say it again, Gary.
The last time when you went, the tour overseas, I mean.
Oh my God, I was in Uzbekistan. Do I even know where that was? No.
Wow.
I read that. I was like, wow. Where is that? Like in other countries, though, are they?
Isn't that funny? Let me tell you something. That's where I started when I post on Instagram at Jazz Lives Here, because when I was in the middle of nowhere, I am in Western Asia, dude. I mean, they had a music conservatory. These kids were playing jazz like nobody's business. This high. I was like, this is unbelievable. I'm getting chills just talking about it. Because this great American iconic music, and that's what I talk about jazz. As a jazz ambassador, this is our national treasure. This is America's greatest export. I have coined that phrase, and I want to have them start teaching it in school. You know how they're redoing all the African American studies? They are reconfiguring and starting to tell more truths, as it were. Jazz is a vital part of that education, and so when I see it in other countries, really it's spread. It's like rap. It is spread all over the world, but it has preceded rap by 75 years. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But again, another African American tradition that has changed culture, wardrobe, community, music, movies.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So they need to start teaching it in school. And as you say, do they play all over the world? Yes. Jazz is a massive,
Absolutely.
great
Yeah.
to encourage kids from all over the world who don't even speak English. And really,
Music's the
yeah,
love language, right?
I speak a lot of languages, but that language aspect was really almost impossible to even, because I had to say a few words to the audiences, you know. I had somebody in the wings. She was shouting out the words.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you know,
Whole nother
one thing I really admire about you, Ginetta, is your style. You are such a classy stylist. I just love, I just love the way you carry yourself, and I think it's so cool, like your bracelets. I noticed in your performances you use those to keep.
How are you going to ask about those?
Oh, it's awesome.
Well, guess what? That evolved naturally because back in the early aughts, you know, I was in New York City, busy all the time, did a lot of restaurant gigs. That was really the bulk of our work because the jazz clubs, they're very strict in New York. It's hard to break in there, but we still got to eat. You know what I'm saying? So we're like the journeymen, the musicians who are steady working. We're not on the cover of Downbeat. We steady working. You know what I'm saying? We're paying our bills.
Yeah.
So they started to tighten their belts, all the restaurants, all the venues where we're making our bank. And so we had the first guy to go, the drummer. So I was using a bass player who keeps the bottom anyway, on that beautiful stand, and a guitar player or a piano player. And this just evolved naturally. Yeah. And the strangest thing is, I was just doing an opening the other night. And after all these years of doing this, a guy from Barbados told me that in Barbados, they do that as well. I was like, what? That's fascinating. I never knew that.
So cool. Yes.
I know. So I've been doing that. So it sort of evolved naturally. And now I don't know. They're like the rings of a tree. Now I have to start on this arm.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, it's also a Cape Verdean thing as well.
What is it? What is it, CTK?
It's also a Cape Verdean thing as well.
That's what I thought. So it is a Caribbean.
I'm Cape Verdean as well.
There you go, man. And
I cover a lot of. I don't know about the African Americans, but I'm from Black Americans. Okay.
How?
So being from that and the Cape Verdeans, I just kind of like, especially with the ending of Black History Month, which is the shortest month in the freaking world. When it
well, listen, you had the next day, brother. Listen, don't get, you know what I'm saying?
No.
You know they was begrudging you that.
But maybe a little bit of Ray Mack kind of creeped into me. I don't know if that might be the case. But yeah, that does go back a long way. It does. And like I said, things are borrowed from all different kinds of cultures, and to me, it doesn't matter who perpetuates it, as long as it continues.
As long as it continues, that's right. Now, I am not recognized in New York City. Like a friend of mine just said, "Why are you not on the cover of this newspaper? It's a jazz newspaper in New York City. It's Women in Jazz Month." I said, listen, I've given up banging my head. I'm a New Yorker. I am a jazz ambassador. Sometimes, you know how they say sometimes you cannot reign in your own country. You know what I'm saying? So I give up. And like you say, as long as it's perpetuating, there's women in jazz, things are continuing. I'm going to get to the bigger stage. My dream is bringing jazz to the Super Bowl halftime show. Two great American pastimes. And this year, I was very excited because, you know, I was watching our show. I said, okay, where's the band? Where's the band? Where's the band? Finally, he had a whole 10-piece band and just all the horns on the field. I was very excited. I said, we're moving incrementally closer. So that's my dream for Ginetta's Vendetta, ultimately to bring jazz to the Super Bowl halftime show. That is my dream. So, you know, forget New York City. I reign there anyway, amongst all the musicians. I am a big star. I'm the biggest star who nobody knows my name, but in the musical circles, folks know me, and they always play with me. They know that I'm square. I pay cash. My little envelopes are legendary because I pay cash at the top of the gig.
Yeah.
So you were basically born and raised in New York, then I take it.
In New York. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. New York. New York City. New York City. New York City. Oh God, am I showing my age? No, I wasn't born.
No, no.
You are a spicy lady, honey. You ain't got to worry about age, Miss Vendetta. You got
That's
going
what
on
I thought.
right.
Thank God I moved into jazz still.
At
Let's
all.
pop. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
Pop. But speaking of pop, let's give props to Miss Skinny Little Kylie Minogue, who's still doing it, man. I don't know how old she is. I know she's not 20.
You know?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
her. Nope.
Mhm.
Well, Ginetta, why don't you tell us a little bit about your last release, Pocket Full of
Pocket full of cool.
yeah, man.
Oh, you're gonna play that tune on there. So you have my tune, All Choking No Slide.
I do. Yes.
So I think Shar wanted to ask me about that title.
I did. Where did you come up with that title?
Okay.
I
It's
love
an
it.
African American title. Let's check this out. Because listen, in school, I was the student body president. I graduated in 3 years because I couldn't stand it. But I knew everyone. And back in the day, when I went to high school, it was like 2,500 kids. Each clique had a table. I don't know. Did y'all have this where you grew up or not?
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we had like the band geeks, the
band,
stoners.
Uh-huh.
Back in the day, we called them greasers. They were like the guy, you know, the greasers. Then you had the black table. You
Yeah.
had the theater kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had the real smart kids. So anyway, I would always sit with all my black friends, and my mom used to make me these peanut butter sandwiches on Italian bread with no jelly. Every day, I would try to straighten those things off. And all my friends, girl, I don't want that sandwich all choking no side. And I died laughing. And for 30 years, that phrase stuck in my head. I don't even remember who said it. It just tickled me to death, and I said, I really gotta write that tune. So I believe that's the tune you're gonna hear, a swinging kind of groovy. It's almost like the Pink Panther vibe. I mean, those lines kind of came to me
Yeah.
on my own. So I hope you enjoy it. And then, of course, the band is
Wow.
amazing.
And and this was actually written, produced by you as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Written, produced, mixed. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Every single part. When I go in, I usually have a guy transcribe because I'm musically illiterate as far as writing. I do things just sort of off the cuff, which is a drag. But Etta James couldn't read. I mean, I read music and I can write it, but as far as like transcribing or composing,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little frustrating. So I usually sing every bass line. I'll sing every guitar line. I'll tell the drummer exactly what to play, and then they can flesh it out. I just did that again with a fabulous piano player. I sent him a video of me playing things, and he put it all on paper.
Very nice.
So that's what happens. Then you present it to the musicians,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just let it fly,
Oh man, so nice. Okay.
and magic happens.
Very cool. And you want to tell some of about maybe the names of some of the musicians that were on it with you?
Oh yes, so I got to give props to the musicians.
Yes, sir.
My recording band generally always has Mr. John Davis, one of the premier piano players in the world, the closest to a living jazz legend that you'll ever hear. He would poo-poo that, but I really feel strongly about that. The second guy is the saxophone deity. His name is Danny Walsh, and he is truly unbelievable. Should be a massive star, but not. At this point, he is traveling with the guitar player Mike Stern.
Okay.
Thank goodness, so he's getting some play as far as attention to his phenomenal talent. And then I use sort of a rotating rhythm section on this. On this one, I have the fabulous Eric, the Big O Halverson on drums. And I believe I got Beldon Bullock, who is also in my road band, on bass.
Nice.
Let's see, and that's that. So there's 4 of them and 1 of me, and that's 5.
All right. All right. Okay.
All choking those.
Yeah, we're gonna let everybody check it out, and then of course I'm gonna throw in maybe a couple more or one more off of it, because I do have access to the actual whole album through YouTube, which I can actually play.
Oh, super.
From there as well. So But everybody get ready, check it out, and then we'll come back and ask our friend some more questions about what she has going on. If you just tuned in, we are talking to Ginetta, Vendetta, and she's in the house. And we'll be right back, right here on the Indie Live Spot. Y'all keep it locked right here.
Thanks, G. One, two, one, two.
shuts down his heart. Does anyone realize how fast we're growing old? Does no one see we start dying from the start? Does anybody know why a man will choose not to feel? Does anyone look close enough to know what's real? What does it take for you to break down and cry? Must you always wait for me to say goodbye? I don't know just what's behind those eyes. I don't know what makes you laugh or cry. I don't know just what's behind those eyes. It could be nothing, or it could be love. How much longer can I wait till you love me back? What must I do to make you pledge to me? Can you even tell me, boy, if I'm on the right track? Or have you locked up your heart and thrown the key? I don't know just what's behind those eyes. I don't know what makes you laugh or cry. I don't know just what's behind those eyes. It could be nothing, or it could be love. What if it's love? I don't know just what's behind those eyes. I don't know what makes you laugh or cry. I don't know just what's behind those eyes. It could be nothing, or it could be love.
Rainy. That's not fun.
It's rainy today. Rainy today.
We're all over the country.
You're
Oh,
not
yeah.
rainy.
All
I
right,
like
well,
that.
we are back, and that music was just wonderful. We played a little bit of Behind Those Eyes, and also a little bit of African Queen too.
Good.
So you can tell us a little bit about that right quick. Both of those tunes as well. I know the Behind Those Eyes. That was from your. Is that from your debut CD? From
That's correct.
Yeah.
Behind Those Eyes is from the original. It's called La Dolce Vita. Still a great record 20 years later, man. La Dolce Vita, all originals, amazing arrangements, foreign parts, vocals. I did everything. It's truly unbelievable. And the souling. my chops when I was younger were stronger, you know. I guess that's the way of the world, unfortunately. And I remember Dizzy Gillespie would always say, trumpet is a young man's instrument, you know. So, but anyway, yeah, that's from the debut CD, Ginetta's Vendetta, La Dolce Vita, and that is called Behind Those Eyes. Beautiful tune.
Wow.
that I wrote
And then we
for
followed
somebody.
up with African Queen, which was off of the Pocket Full of Cool.
Oh, that is a killing tune from none other than the fabulous master piano player Horace Silver, off of his Cape Verde album. Hello, that's where he was from. And so when I heard the record and Horace Silver, and I forget who is the trumpet player. I can't remember. It escapes me right now. But the impression that song made, I said I have to record that. And what a swinging, groovy kind of feel it is. And of course, I had the masters on the drum, Eric the Big O Halverson on drums, doing that beautiful kind of tribal thing. Really, it's a killing tune, and it's a long tune. And then my sax player Danny Walsh went John Coltrane on me. He did a solo. He went so far out, man. I said like this, you got to bring you back in, man. You know, but see, I don't say anything on a recording. We just hang the mics up and go. And that is an old-fashioned style. That's what Rudy Gelder used to do with all the jazz artists.
Yeah.
One mic in the center of the studio. And whatever happened, man. And so that's what I do. When I heard Danny doing this solo on African Queen, I was like, I'm really witnessing greatness, man. And then I come in, the beauty of Danny and myself, I am so very different. I am a woman of few notes, you know what I'm saying? Almost like I cannot even attribute myself similar to, who's that fabulous trumpet, Chet Baker. I can't even say, I'm not even gonna go there. But my point is, I am a woman of much less notes than this fabulous saxophonist. So it's perfect together when we record together. We're so very different.
Very
I
nice.
can't possibly keep up with him, so I do my own thing, you know what I mean? Which kind of dovetails beautifully. And then you got the piano player, John Davis. And then I have the video of African Queen. It opens up showing Belden Bullock, one of the great bass players. It's pretty. I also made the video. I said I got to have a beautiful video of it as well. So
Nice. I'll have to go check that out for sure then.
Yeah, it's called African Queen, Ginetta's Vendetta. It's on, I'm sure it's on YouTube or on my website. Oh, you also got to tell folks how they can contact me if you don't mind.
Please do.
So it's GinettasVendetta.com. Right there it says Ginetta Vendetta, that's how I travel if I'm using pickup bands around the world. But when I have my band, it's Ginetta's Vendetta. So the website is GIN, like gin and tonic, and Etta James, GINETTAS, and then VENDETTA.com, GinettasVendetta.com. No phone number, because I don't want y'all to write it on any bathroom wall.
Very nice. Well, I tell you what, Ginetta, it sure has been awesome to reunite with you. And
Absolutely.
Glad
What a thrill, man.
Yeah. And
It's very real.
Yes.
I look forward. Thank you so much, CTK and Shar and G for having me. And are there any other questions? Did you want to know anything before I have to?
What's next for Ginetta
Yeah, what's
Vendetta?
next for you?
Well, I pray that this 6th album will finally bring me some recognition that all of us deserve. I really want. I've been on the Grammy ballot, doesn't